to the video, and my comment wasn't there. The orbital bacon comment wasn't there. So I was like, oh, so I guess I'm blocked from the channel. So at that point, I gave up. I was like, all right, well, he's moved on. He hadn't really been doing anything anyway. You know, he hadn't been making any content, doing anything. So I just started making like little demo reels because it was like, well, I need to sort of show off like some of the stuff that, I mean, that's what actors do. They make demo reels to sort of show off the work that they've done, and that way it gets more work for them. It's like how if you go apply at a job, you're gonna sort of brag about like some of the work you've done at a previous job that is relevant. You know, like if it's in sales, you're gonna be like, oh, the last job I was at, I sold every car on the lot, you know. So that's what voice actors do. They make demo reels to say, hey, see, look at the stuff that I've done. And I made a couple of those, and he struck him. He did copyright strikes on him. So he's not dead, but apparently he's too busy with whatever he's got going on and make new videos. All he can do is do copyright strikes. But luckily, those were both overturned because they were bogus. They were absolute bullshit. And YouTube immediately agreed with, like, within 24 hours, we're like, oh, yeah, no, you this is your voice? Yeah, you're fine. And they overturned both of them. So let's see. Let's catch up. I can't even see where I left off. Subpar. Okay, well, there's not that many up here. Superior sound wave. If you have to ask, you'll never know. Kildeo Studies. Cliff Jumper was an honorary member of the Goon Squad. That's right. Subpart. Yeah, he self-deleted theoretically in Minecraft. It was a scream fest that happened. Battleframe says the Johnny Flashpoint paradox. Good one, Battleframe. Super Gamer says, hey, Orbital Bacon, I put you a web for Transformers games. I don't understand what that means. Subpar says the submission is the final TF2 edit, by the way. Oh, hell yeah, I'm definitely saving that for Sterner stuff then. I love those things for Sterner stuff, man. That's what, those TF2 dubs that you did is what inspired me to do the Cobra voice dubs for Optimus. Hell yeah. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on. Trying to think if there are any other updates. Just a quick recap. You know, you've seen the characters that are on this slideshow here. I talked about the channel memberships and then the guest coming up. So for anybody joining late, special guest coming up Wednesday. The stream's going to be starting earlier in the afternoon that day because the guest is currently living in Ireland. He's Irish. He's born and raised in Ireland. So he's 5 hours ahead. So to accommodate that, we're going to start the stream a little earlier, but hopefully you guys will be able to show up for that. Zahira says, what other games are you going to play? I know a lot of people have asked me to return to Fall of Cybertron, and I'm fine with doing that. But as far as other games, because of course that can't be the only game I ever play. So as far as other games, I definitely want to stream Warframe some more. The few times that I streamed Warframe, people seem to really enjoy it because I know, speaking of crossover, I talked about crossover earlier, how there's fans of Transformers that are also fans of a lot of other things that we have, like, you know, in common. And Warframe was one of them. I noticed a lot of Transformer fans also like Warframe. And I've only streamed it a couple of times, but people seem to have fun on those streams. Like, they do well. So I want to stream more Warframe. A little bit more of Fall Cybertron, of course. I know some people asked me to go back to Doki Doki Literature Club and do the side stories and replay the main story going for some of the other girls because we focused on Yuri the whole time. So might do that. Might bring back Waifu Wednesdays or something. Maybe it could be for this year's October for Halloween, because that's sort of what got me playing it for the first time was last year's Halloween. What other games? I mean, I have a ton of arcade games and stuff that are like retro. You know, I call them arcade games because they're pixel art. They're not actually arcade games. They're like indie games. You know, people made them, but they're like retro pixel style games. But they're a lot of fun, and those would be fun to stream as well. I got to look into some more multiplayer stuff that I can get you guys in on, because that would be fun too. Zahira says, I got exercise at 4, probably on Wednesday. Hey, if you got to work out, then that's an acceptable excuse. I'm not even going to be mad about that. Do your exercise. Go work out. Keep yourself healthy. Good job, Zahira. Keep rocking like that. Hell yeah. Mr. Waspytron says you should play the Roblox Transformers Battle Royale. Yeah, I've heard that there's a couple of different Transformers games in Roblox. So there's like a Transformers Prime one, Dark of the Moon. I've been suggested a few of those. I've never checked them out though. I don't know. For some reason, I just can't bring myself to get on Roblox. Superior Soundwave says, what mic do I use? I currently use a Blue Yeti. It's a USB mic, but I'm also running it through a virtual mixer. So what would be optimal, pun intended, would be a condenser mic. And a condenser mic, it doesn't plug in via USB. You actually have to put it through a transistor, or whatever they call it, and then feed it into the computer. But it's a much more authentic sound. It captures everything as far as the full depth of your voice. And that's why, like, if you're on a headset or using your phone or something, your voice sounds real, like, thin, almost kind of like higher than it should, because those are cheap mics. They're not capturing the full depth of your voice. Well, USB mics typically don't get that full range that a condenser mic will. But if you get virtual mixers that can help sort of polish up the audio, you can actually get a little closer to the sound of a condenser. It's still not going to be as good, but it's going to be better than what it sounds like on its own. So I'm on a Blue Yeti mic with Voice Meter Potato. I don't know why it's potato. All of the Voice Meter stuff is named after fruit, or, well, not fruit, because potato's a vegetable, but like food. Like there's banana, there's like Voice Meter banana, and and I think the different names are the pay levels, because there's a free version, there's like a $5 version. I think this one that I got was like $20. It wasn't expensive, I'll tell you that. It was not. It was like the price of an action figure, and then you own it. You download it, you own it. It's not a subscription fee. You're not going to get kicked off if you can't connect to the internet or whatever. But what it does is it, in real time, I mean, it's running right now in real time, it sort of is like an equalizer. It'll boost the highs, the lows, reduce the mids, what they call scooping the mids, and it improves the quality of your voice, makes it sound more like a studio mic than just a crappy USB mic. So, but the benefit of USB mics is they're cheaper most of the time. Obviously, you can find real expensive ones, but generally speaking, USB mics, if you're on a budget, it's a good place to start. And that's how I was. I started out, I was on a budget, got the Blue Yeti, very reasonable price, got the Voice Meter Potato. Like I said, it was the price of an action figure, and it's served me pretty well so far. I'm saving up to improve a lot of stuff. I actually got a new computer a while ago. I've just taken forever to set it up, but I got a new computer. I'm going to upgrade the mic eventually to a condenser mic, especially when I want to branch out into more of the voice work that I do outside of YouTube. Because I actually do voice work outside of YouTube as well, but I don't really talk about it because it's not really exciting. It's like radio commercials, or like spots for a heavy metal music festival. But yeah, when I want to like kind of branch out from that, I'm going to upgrade my mic, and especially because you guys have been, talking about the channel memberships earlier. You guys have been so generous and stuff and supportive, especially throughout all the madness, man. A lot of chaos over the past couple of years, but you guys have been through thick and thin here, and because of that, I'm able to have that like extra money to put towards this stuff to spruce up the channel. I'm streaming in 1080 now. I was in 720 for so long, stuck in the 720 for so long. Now we're in 1080. The custom intros, animations, all sorts of stuff. I'm always trying to improve this stuff for you guys, make it as enjoyable as I can to participate, because I appreciate you guys being here. Hell yeah. Ever thought of doing Twitch? Good question, Punisher. And I've actually been asked that a lot. I feel like I should try the other platforms, and not just Twitch. I feel like I should try all the other ones. Like do a 1 day stream on Twitch, 1 day stream on Odyssey, 1 day stream on Rumble. You know, because especially now YouTube and Twitch are very similar in what you can and can't say, but Odyssey and Rumble, it's like the Wild West. You can say whatever you want, and that might be fun. It's probably going to be a smaller audience because a lot of people don't know about those platforms or don't use them. I actually already have an account on Odyssey, and I'm going to set one up on Rumble here soon. So